What up, man? Just having a real fucking stressed out day, you know what I mean? So, or night. So, what else can I do besides, talk to the people, you dig? So, let me get right real quick. But yeah, man, this video just basically about, just a top 10 list. Nothing special. You feel me? Just something I just felt like doing at the time. But the first one is top 10 Lil Wayne album songs that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of projects that he put out, but none of them is a lot to do with, mixtapes. It's just pure albums. Now, some may say the songs that I'm gonna pick is a no. They don't fuck with them, but it's not about your list, it's about my list. And so, no, I'm not self-destructing. I'm not oversaturating my channel because I'm damn near at my goal, you dig? So at the end of the day, it is what it is, so let's get into it. Starting off with number 10 with Worry Me from his third album, 500 Degrees. If y'all remember that album, y'all slipping because that shit used to knock back in the day. That was the album where he didn't know if he wanted to stay with Cash Money and go to Rockefeller. Y'all remember that rumor and shit like that. So, yeah. And it's a dope album, too. I happen to owe that motherfucker. But number 9 is Receipt. That's on the Carter 2. Just for the production and the content alone, because I just felt like I could relate to that. It's like, I'm giving you my love, but I'm keeping the receipt, and I heard that shit, and I thought the Carter 1 was incredible, but then the Carter 2 just came out and just blew that shit out the water, you dig? And by time, if y'all remember back when BET used to have the little video where they'll show the making of it, by the time he did the video for Hustler Music, he was already 2-time platinum. You know what I mean? So that's a dope record. Number 8, Hoes, featuring Manny Fresh off the Carter 1. That's just my shit, man. Just for the simple fact, the hook, hoes. Let's just talk about hoes. Can we talk about hoes? Let me hear you say ho. And Wayne Flow was just fucking crazy on that shit. Dope as shit. It reminded me of the Midnight record he had on his second album, Lights Out. Moving on to number 7, Prom Queen. Now, some of y'all probably didn't fuck with the Rebirth album, but this song has significance to me because I wonder, do I even got that motherfucker? Hold on. I actually dated a girl, right? I don't even think that picture in this motherfucker. Well, she was my first love and shit like that, but at the end of the day, she became a prom queen. Nah, I ain't got the picture. The rest I'll show it to her. Show you her. She was bad. She still is bad, but it's just that the simple fact that the picture resonated that, she was the prom queen and, that was my girl back when I stayed in the Bay Area, and you know what I mean? That would have been ill for me to be take her to the prom and shit like that, even though it cost money, but money wasn't an object. You know what I mean? Wasn't an issue. And I just always felt when that shit came out, just the whole part of when Wayne was fucking with her in class and everything, she blew him off. And this nigga went on to be a superstar who he is today, and then he go back and just see her, and she then got pregnant. But y'all remember the video, and they show all his accolades, and then he finally go into a tour, and then it's her in the front row going crazy trying to be seen, and then, he grab her hand and just be like, fuck out of here. But that's definitely one of my favorite Wayne joints. Number 6, How to Hate, is another featuring T-Pain, another record where I dedicated that shit to my ex-girlfriend Brittany, and we was at a cool space when this song was out, but I always tagged her in this shit, you feel me? Because it's relatable, from my personal experience, from what I went through with her, and she kind of felt a certain type of way because of that, and so we fell out over that, but I was just speaking from a real place, you know what I mean? If you're going to dedicate a song to somebody, I just think it should be from a real place and not on some sappy shit. So let's just say she didn't agree, and to this day she still won't add me on Facebook, but I really don't give a fuck. Moving on, number 5, I'm Not a Human Being, off the first I'm Not a Human Being. He did that song twice, if y'all don't know. You know, the original was kind of different from the version that was on the album, and some people say that um, the first version was a little better. I think that the second one was kind of better, the album version, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that song was just fucking crazy because it was like he was going out of jail, or going to jail, whatever, you know, and he put the little joint out or whatever, and it still wouldn't go. Like, he was the only artist next to Tupac to have a #1 album in jail, so that song was just bananas. You know, that's why I don't get why people don't understand the record crazy or shit like that. Moving on to number 4, in this song, people gonna be like, what the fuck would you even like that song for? But number 4 is With You featuring Drake off the I'm Not a Human Being, you know, album. I mean, just the melody alone and, you know, the content of it, it just was a dope record, and I can't even front on it, you know what I'm saying? It's like the first time we really seen Wayne and Drake really get on the record and see they had chemistry, and then that also produced the album that produced the song right above it. So I definitely fuck with You. I used to always knock that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's just telling the girl that, you know what I mean, with you, anything is possible, you dig? So that's what it is. Number 3, A Milli off the Carter 3. Was my favorite song. The original version was, remember when he rapped, he was like, nay, nay, daddy gonna kill him. Like, that was the rough draft of it, but when the album came out, it was totally different. That's for the real Wayne fans out there that know that, you know, the one A Milli song we got on the album, he did at least 3 versions of it, of that song, you know what I mean? But that's back in the Napster, Frostwire days. You really gotta go search for it, you dig? But that shows you I'm a true Wayne fan. But I definitely fuck with that song. I played that shit so much, my little niece used to be at the house like, God, that's all you listen to every day. So you figure that's 2008. You know what I'm saying? Like, she used to have her friends come over and they play in the backyard and shit, and, you know, my window right there, and I should just knock that song to the point that everybody on the block was just rapping the Milli, you know what I'm saying? I remember when the video first premiered and my sister and shit was out here, you know, at the crib, and I just went crazy, you know, I was fucking with that shit. That shit was dope. He was the first person I actually seen with some red skinny jeans with the dunks in that motherfucker. And the best, and just how he was so arrogant and cocky, how he walked by the window and just fixed this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? It just was dope. That's one of my favorite records. Number 2 is Shoot Me Down off the Carter 3. Just the production alone and is the content. It's like, man, don't shoot me down while I'm trying to be a star. I'm trying to, you know, escalate to something different, but it just feel like people around me or enemies, period, just want to shoot me down and just, you know, take the star from out of the shining stars. You dig what I'm saying? God, excuse me, I think a little different, but yeah, man, that's definitely one of my favorite songs. And number 1 track, it's a throwback. It's off his second album, Lights Out, and it's Jump Jiggy. Now, when this shit came out, like, man, I bought the album. Actually, I had that album. My mom was like, what y'all want for Christmas? And, you know, CD players is back in those days. If y'all know what a CD player is for the youngsters, you know, you put a disc in the player and they play. But we wanted a CD player, and she was like, what CD you want? I wanted Lil Wayne, Lights Out. I think my brother got like a Tupac album or something like that, if I remember right. I think either it was Tupac plus Outlaws or something like that, you know what I mean? And waking up to Christmas to that Lil Wayne album, it was fucking incredible. It was a moment, because I didn't think my mom really gonna go in the store and be like, yo, let me get the Lil Wayne album, you know. And I still have that same album to this day. Like, that's the same album from when I had years ago. I didn't go buy it over, you know. And that's just, it means something to me. And, you know, when that song came out, it just was dope. Jump, jiggy, jiggy, jump, jiggy, jump. And its flow was just phenomenal. It just was an incredible record, man. Like, I don't know, but those are just some of the Wayne songs, you know, top 10 that I fuck with, you know, off his albums. There's plenty more, though, but I don't feel like I had to do a whole 20 list, you know what I mean? No editing and shit. It's just 10 songs that I fuck with that have meaning to it. Other than just liking it for the beat, you know, or the hook, or for what he's saying. It just has a story with every little song, you dig. So that's why I think when I do videos like this, my shit is a little bit more authentic than anybody else. But that's no shade to nobody else. It's just that I'm really a Wayne fan. Like, to prove how much a Wayne fan I am, though, I remember when a nigga went to concert and one of my female partners had went and she snapped pictures, though. You dig? And she know how much is Wayne fan, so, you know what I'm saying? If y'all can see it, she took Polaroids, though. You know, and she had like 10 of them motherfuckers, and, you know, she did it based on, she knew that I was a fucking big Lil Wayne fan. You know, so I think that's dope. I'm always had that, you know what I mean? She ain't watching, but shout out to Kim. You know what I mean? Because it was just crazy. She went to a concert to enjoy herself. I declined on going, you know what I mean? I just babysitted for her, so that was pretty dope. But she knew off top, like, when she had the chance to take the picture, she was going to do it because she knew I just was a Wayne head. You know what I'm saying? A fan to the max. Like, that's all I listen to around her. Like, I listen to the song, I Feel Like Dying so much. Her kids, like Lil Jonathan, always started, I mean Khalil, my bad, always just was rapping that shit, you know what I mean? Because I basically knew them since they was in diapers and shit, you know what I'm saying? I basically raised him like way, and he remembered that song because and I remember her telling me that. I was like, yeah, why do you like that song so much? And he used to call me Sean. He like, that's Sean's song, Sean's song. And he like rapped a little chorus like, I feel like dying, I feel like dying. Because that's all he knew. He didn't know the rest. So that's definitely another joint right there. You know, I was going to throw on the list, but I didn't do a mixtape list. It's an album list. So it's just sort of memories from certain aspects of, you know, songs or albums. I can remember where I was, what I was doing, you know, the moment I felt, you know. So I'm just doing shit differently with, you know, far as list and shit like that, you know what I mean? I probably want to do one more, which notably it'll be Drake, because I found out about him before he even signed with them. But that's just my top 10. What do y'all think about your top 10? You know, shout out to HT3. He did a top 10 or top 5, I think. But what's y'all top 10 Wayne songs, or, you know, top Wayne mixtape songs, top Wayne feature songs? I don't know. Let me know, but I just want to drop my shit off to y'all, let y'all know the type of shit that I be into. When I'm into it, you know what I mean? See how the fucking blunt went out and shit, got light again. I hate that shit. But yeah, man, that's it. I'm rambling, so let me go. 1.